Thanks for being here. So we got some really good requests to look at some detailing in Parsvakonasana, and then to look at jumping into Bhujapidasana. So that's sort of like the halfway point of primary series, and it's considered a gateway posture. So it's kind of just like a challenging posture that you sort of need to like work up towards and cultivate certain skills to be able to do it. And it's really nice because it's bringing together a lot of skills that you're working on previously, but like before that pose comes, you're sort of working on those like individual skills of Bhujapidasana, bit by bit. And then Bhujapidasana is sort of this like culmination point where we bring it all together, and it can be challenging. You're bringing endurance, you're bringing strength and flexibility into the mix. The request was to look specifically at jumping into Bhujapidasana. So we'll definitely break that part down. And then also some heart and shoulder opening. So we'll do that after Bhujapidasana. Okay. So come to Samasthitihi. You can have the big toes together with the heels slightly apart, or you can open the feet a little bit wider. You can close the eyes. Just as we settle in, and allow the attention to turn inwards. Feel the feet rooting into the earth as the crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Softening behind the eyes, relaxing the throat, relaxing the shoulders. On your next breath in, take a deep breath in through the nose as you root down through the feet and engage the legs. And as you exhale, keep reaching up through the crown of the head and lifting through the heart. One more breath like that. Inhale, deep breath in, root down through the feet. Exhale, reach up through the crown and the heart. And bringing the palms to heart center. For the opening mantra, inhale through the nose. Om. Vande Gurunam Charanaravinda Sandarshita Swatma Sukhavabodhe Nishreyase Jangalikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Om. Exhale the arms back down to your side. And we'll start with Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, bring the arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, up and over as you fold. Take this first one nice and easy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms flat, step back into a plank with the option to lower down and lower the knees. Point the toes, inhale, lift the heart any amount away from the floor. Strong legs. Exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog or child's pose. Always an option to take child's pose. Settling here, tuning into the breath, moving in and out through the nostrils. Smoothing out the edges of the breath as you match the length of the inhales to the length of the exhales. With the tone in the vocal cords for Ujjayi. For one more breath. Fully exhale At the bottom of the exhale, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, gaze forward, step or jump into half lift. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, come to stand, pressing down as you reach through the pinkies. Exhale into Samastitihi. Good. Inhale, again, arms over your head. Shift back into the heels as you wrap the shoulder blades and bring the pinkies towards each other, whether the hands touch or not. Exhale, up and over as you fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Slowly bend the elbows, maybe lowering the knees. Inhale, point the toes, lift the heart, maybe lifting the pelvis, maybe lifting the thighs. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good, settling the mind on the breath. Releasing the soft palate, so as you tone the vocal cords, make sure you're not over-engaging the throat. Just a gentle tone in the vocal cords as if you're whispering. One more breath. Fully exhale, prepare. Inhale, step or jump into half lift. Exhale, fold. Fully exhaling. Inhale, come to stand. Press through the feet. Reach through the pinkies. Exhale, float the arms as you reach through the crown of the head. Good. Again, inhale, arms over your head. Bringing the hands a little bit in front of the head so you can gaze up towards the thumb without straining the neck. Exhale, up and over as you fold. You're moving with the breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Slowly bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders, lift the heart, reach back through the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settling. Good. Spreading the fingers wide. Pressing through the base of the pointer finger and the base of the thumb to press through the hand and reach up through the hip bones. So focusing on the shoulders as you press the hands down and forward and reach the sit bones up and back, think about protracting the shoulders. So it feels like you're widening the upper back. It feels like the shoulder blades are wrapping around towards the front of the body. And it also kind of feels like you're lifting the armpits away from the floor. One more breath here. Fully exhale. Prepare to jump forward. Inhale, step or jump into half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand. Pressing down. Again, remember the hands a little bit in front of the head, in front of the chin, in front of the ears. Gazing up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Good. Surya namaskara B. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, again, reach the arms in front of the ears and wrap the shoulder blades just like downward facing dog. The outside edges of the hands come together and you reach up through the pinkies. Exhale, up and over as you fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, turn the left foot. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming back down, step back. Remember, you can lower the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn the right foot. Inhale, exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, step back. And lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then again, bringing the attention to the shoulders. So if you want, you can lower the knees down just to make this a little bit easier on the strength aspect so you can really focus on the alignment of the shoulders. Taking like a half down dog. Same thing, you can tuck the toes and spread the fingers as you press through the hands. And as you press through the hands, use that as leverage to help you wrap the shoulder blades. You can bend the elbows a little bit and use the elbows as a reference point. As you bend the elbows, think about wrapping the elbows down towards the floor. As you spread the upper back, lift the armpits away from the floor and reach the sit bones up and back. Keep the lower belly drawing in for one more breath, maybe shifting back into downward facing dog. Fully exhaling, step or jump into half lift. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms over your head, wrap the shoulder blades, elbows towards each other, outside edges of the hands towards each other, reach through the pinkies. Exhale, samasthiti. Good. So we're going to do it one more time, but I just want to detail one thing. So if that's really difficult to really feel that wrapping and bring the hands together and arms over your head, then keep the palms apart. And you get that same action in the shoulders where you feel like you're spiraling the arms outwards, all the way out through the pinky. So it can either be palms apart or palms together. That requires so much flexibility to bring the palms together. So if you need to separate the palms, totally okay. Better than bringing the palms together and coming out of that shoulder alignment. Okay, inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Remember, in front of the ears, wrap the shoulder blades so that the elbows come towards each other. The palms, the outside edges of the palms come towards each other. And you reach up through the pinkies. Feel that external spiral through the arms. Good. Exhale, up and over. We also get a little leg work there. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, turn the left foot. Right foot comes forward. Inhale again, same thing. Wrap the shoulder blades. Reach through the pinkies. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, step back. You can take extra breaths here. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, turn the right foot. Left foot comes forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming back down. Step back and bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. So same thing as Ekam inhale, except instead of the palms facing each other, the palms are facing down. And you're pressing through the inside edge of the hand. So that kind of continues and helps to ground the spiral. Feeling that wrapping. Sometimes bringing the hands a little bit wider. So all the way to the edge of the mat gives the shoulders a little bit more space to find that rotation. Especially if you feel pinching in the shoulder. Sometimes that's either because of misalignment or just give a little bit more space. One more breath here. Fully exhaling. Step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Spiral. Palms towards each other. And reach through the pinkies. Exhale, samasthiti. Good. Let's come into Bhujapidasana. Bring the feet hip width distance apart. Hands to your hips. Inhale, deep breath in as you lift the heart. And I take off my sweater because it's warm. Exhale, folds forward, catch the big toes. Inhale, lift the heart to lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding over the legs. Bending the knees as much as you need to. And feel that balance between stability through the legs and releasing through the spine. Where can you be engaging and where can you be letting go? Deep, steady breaths. One more. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rising up. And exhale into Samastitihi. Uttita Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, pivot the right toes. And exhale, move into the posture. Right hand comes to the shin, or to the big toe, or to a block. As you reach up through your left hand. Good. Feel the strength in the legs, pressing the feet down and away from each other. As you feel that length through the side of the body, reaching the spine in both directions. Maybe gazing up towards the left hand or to the side. Good. One more deep breath. Fully exhale. And at the bottom of the exhale, start to rise up and inhale. Come up, pivot the feet. Exhale, reach as you move into the left side. Feeling that stability through the legs, pressing the feet and lengthening the spine with equal measure. Tune into the breath and smooth out the edges of the breath. One more breath here. Fully exhale, empty of breath. Start to come up. And then inhale to bring you out the rest of the way. Exhale into Samastitihi. We're going to skip the revolved variation for today. Inhale straight into Parsvakonasana. This time we're going to widen the stance a little bit, pivot the right toes, and exhale, bend into the right knee. Now, you can either bring the arm to the shin. So take this slowly. Don't bring the left arm overhead yet. Bring the forearm to the shin, or the hand to the floor, to a block. And then with this left arm, we're going to think about everything we just established in downward facing dog and in Ekam inhale. We can bring the arm underneath and already start thinking about that external rotation by reaching and leading with the pinky. And then keep reaching, leading with the pinky. So the pinky is moving towards the floor, depending on your openness or your flexibility or your anatomy. It'll be like to determine where the pinky is actually facing, but it's moving towards the floor. So feel that same protraction that we established in downward facing dog. And when we reach the arms over the head in Surya namaskara A and B, reach through the pinky and feel the muscles on the side of the rib cage engage to wrap the shoulder blade towards the front. So it's an active reaching. You're not passively putting the arm there. You're wrapping the shoulder blade towards the front. So the shoulder moves away from the ear, and then you're reaching through the pinky, and that elevates the shoulder. And then you might feel the connection between the arm and the side of the rib cage as you reach and you feel that extra stretch to the side of the body. And in the opposite direction, press down through the outside edge of the left foot. Good. Let's take one more breath here. Fully exhale. Start to come out. Inhale. Other side. Good. Bend into the left knee. And then either bring the forearm, bringing the arm or the forearm or the hand to the floor underneath. You could also go overhead, but sometimes kind of feels better for the shoulder to go from underneath. You can try both. And then reach. Find the position of the shoulder. And now, gazing at the hand, and play around with where the line that the arm is placed in. You can go back a little bit, back towards the left side of the mat, or you can go forward a little bit towards the right side of the mat. And just explore the difference. I like to have it a little bit more towards the right side of the mat, so that I'm not cranking the neck too much to look at the hand, just like an Ekam inhale. And sometimes if you bring the hand too much towards the left side, it starts to encourage a back bend. Because you're looking back and you start to go into a back bend and you lose that center, that strength from the core. One more breath. Keep reaching through the pinky. Feel that side stretch. And then inhale, coming out of it. Good. Okay. Pivot around, face the back of the mat. You can come down to the knee or keep it lifted. Inhale. Exhale, twist around the spine. Elbow to the thigh or hand to the floor. For the thigh version, you can bring the palms to heart center. Now, if the hand is on the floor, same thing with the arm. There's more going on, so sometimes it's difficult to focus on the detail of the arm, but it really helps to integrate the whole posture. To help get that stretch through the right side of the torso, to help deepen the twist. As you reach through the right pinky, clip that right hip back and towards the midline. Good, one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming out of it. Pivot around to the front of the mat. And another breath here to prepare. Exhale into the twist. Good. Establishing the arm. The shoulder blade wrapping. Keep reaching to the pinky. And then play around where the arm is. As you clip the left hip back and towards the midline. Deep, steady breaths. Good, one more. As you exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming out of it. Open to the side. Squeeze the heels towards each other. Exhale into Samasthiti. Inhale, step the right foot back, hands to your hips. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. So the crown of the head is moving towards the mat. Maybe you're walking the hands back. The feet are awake and the hands making contact with the mat are awake. Spreading the fingers, pressing down through the base of the pointer, base of the thumb. As you press the hands down and back, move the shoulders away from the ears. It's like you're squeezing into the armpits. One more breath. Inhale, straighten the arms, look up and lengthen. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rising up. Exhale there. Jumping into C. Inhale, reach the arms to the side. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Good, relaxing the neck. Using the breath to release where you can. Keeping the legs strong. Without forcing the hands to the floor. Just allowing them to release into where they need to be. One more breath. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release the hands back into Samasthiti. Good. Inhale, let's bring the arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump both feet forward. Bend the knees, reach the arms up. And even if you usually bring the palms together, bring the palms apart. And bend into the knees, reach the tailbone back and down. As you feel that wrapping through the shoulder blades, so you feel like the outside edges of the shoulder blades move forward. The elbows come towards each other. The outside edges of the hands come towards each other as you reach through the pinkies. So the pinkies and the tailbone are reaching in opposite directions. Keep lifting above the pubic bone for one more breath. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, you can half lift or you can Lalasana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, nice. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's jump through to seated. Let's find, before we settle into this posture, find a block. And if you don't have a block, then you can use a book. I don't have a block nearby, so I'm going to use a book. Let's see. And just put it next to you. We're not going to use it right now. So find your sit bones. When you're ready, find Dandasana with your sit bones on the ground. Your legs engaged, your feet flexed, and the heels pressing into the mat. Hands next to the hips, finding a straight spine and dropping the chin. Just settle here for a couple more breaths. Feel that lift above the pubic bone and the expansion of the rib cage as you inhale. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. One more breath. Good. Releasing that, grabbing your block. And if it's difficult to be in this position because the hamstrings are tight, then you can bend the knees a little bit and press the heels down and towards you. And that helps to rotate the pelvis. So grab your block or your book and hold it out in front of you. And then bring it over your head. But notice in that pathway, if there's a point where the shoulders feel like there's a pinching happening or there's a tightness happening, and just stop there. And then you're going to press the palms into the block or into the book. So you feel that engagement on the side of the rib cage to pull the shoulder blades towards the front of the body. And then you're going to reach the block or the book up as you keep pressing the hands into the block. Good. And maybe you can go a little bit further to that center line, but keeping it in front of the ears. Good. For 3, 2, keep pressing, keep reaching. Maybe you can gaze up. And 1, release it. Good. It takes a lot of strength and flexibility to hold that position. Inhale, release the block in the book. Just bring it to the side. Catch the big toes. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Keep the legs strong. You can keep that position of the knees bending and the heels pressing down and towards you if that helped. It actually feels really nice, even if you're flexible, to give a little tilt to the pelvis. Deep, steady breaths, settling in. One more breath here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, point the toes. Bring the hands behind the hips for Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reach the toes forward and towards the floor as the pelvis lifts and the heart lifts. Maybe dropping the head back. Good. Keep pressing the hands down and back to reach the toes forward and towards the floor. Good. 4. Lift the pelvis. And 5. Exhale. Slowly lower down. Let's take a vinyasa. Cross the shins. Roll over the feet or lift up. Step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Jump through to seated. Legs straight out in front of you. Let's come into Marichyasana A. Bend the right knee and let the knee fall out to the side. And now before we fold forward, let's do that block thing again. Grab your block or grab your book and hold it out in front of you. Press the block, reach through the pinkies and start to lift And when you feel the edge, just hold it there. So you're pressing into the block to protract the shoulders, and you're reaching through the pinkies to elevate the shoulders. Good. For 3, looking towards the block. 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, catch the left foot. Exhale, fold. You can also have the fingertips on the floor alongside the leg. Keep the left leg strong. One more breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Stay on this side. We're going to go straight into Marichyasana A. So plant the foot and bring the knee up. And when you do that, you can lift the right hip off the floor. So you feel like you can like squat and press down into the right foot. Make sure there's space between the right foot and the left leg. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, fold as the side of the torso slides on the inside of the right thigh. And you can either stay here, just bringing the hand forward, maybe grabbing onto the foot, or wrapping the arm around the shin, taking the bind. You could also use a strap here to make your arms longer. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the right hip off the floor. Exhale, fold. Keep the left leg strong. And if you have the bind, you can think about moving the elbows away from each other. Good. Remember, you could also just be here with the arms forward, just trying to get that torso to slide forward on the inside of the right thigh. One more breath here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release and soften. Let's take a vinyasa. Cross the shins, inhale, lift up, or roll over the ankles. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through. Prepare for Janushirasana. But I'm sure you know what's coming. Grab your book or your block. And have a strong foundation already from the beginning. Strong right leg. Hold it out in front of you. Press into the block. Reach through the pinkies. And then start to lift slowly. And stay with the breath. Deep, steady breaths. 3, 2, press and reach. And 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, catch the right foot or fingertips on the floor. Exhale, fold. Stay with the breath. Steady breathing. One more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release into Marichyasana A. Plant the left foot. Press into the left foot. Lift the left hip. Inhale, I like to bring this right hand to the side as I reach the left arm up. Exhale, reach the torso forward. And then decide, are you going to stay here? Or are you going to wrap? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep that right leg strong, the toes awake, flexing the feet and reaching through the base of the right big toe. One more breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Let's take a vinyasa. Cross the shins, inhale, lift. Exhale, jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's jump through to seated. And we'll just do a couple Navasanas. So finding that space between the sit bones and the sacrum, bringing the arms out to the side, draw the lower belly in, either bringing the shins parallel or straightening the legs. Good. For 3, 4. Now you're not going to lower down. We're going to go to half Navasana, Ardha Navasana. Lower down so the lower back touches the floor and the shoulders are lifted. Good. You could also bend the knees and bring the toes to the floor or keep the legs straight with the feet off of the floor. One more breath here. Inhale, come back in. Hands in front of the hips and lift. Exhale, come down. Let's do that again. 1, 2, lift above the pubic bone. 3, deep breaths. Feet are awake. 4, 5, lower down. You need to rotate the pelvis so the lower back presses into the mat. 2, 3, 4, lift the shoulders. 5, inhale, come up and lift. Exhale, come down. Let's just do it one more time. 1, you could also just find a different variation if you need to. 2, you can be here, you can be here, or you can be here. 4, 5, lower down. 1, deep breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, come up, lift, exhale, come down. Stay here. Let's come into Baddha and bring the feet together and pull the feet as close as you can towards you, as much as it feels okay. I have something going on in my hips, so it actually doesn't feel so good to pull them super close. So always checking in with what works for you. Just take a couple more breaths here with a straight spine, holding onto the feet and relaxing around the hips, relaxing the inner thighs. If you need to prop the knees up so that the inner thighs can release, that's a good idea. Good. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, folding forward. If you like to move a little bit deeper into the hip joints. See if you can deepen the breath just a little bit. Four. 5. Inhale, coming back to the center. And let's take a vinyasa. Cross the shins. Inhale, lift or just roll over the feet. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, now you're going to just jump the feet behind the hands. Good. Now, if that was too much, work on that. If not, you're going to gaze forward, bend the knees and drop the tailbone. Inhale, jump the feet to the outsides of the hands. So we're just going to ease into jumping the arms over our heads. And you need to gaze forward. So look where you're going. Back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone, gaze forward, and activate the shoulders. So all of those actions that we've been doing, holding the block, already from the beginning, from the prep. And then you're going to jump to the outsides. Now maybe can go a little bit further. Gaze forward, activate the shoulders, and bring the feet in front of the hands. And you can bring the feet to the floor. So you feel like the back of the thighs are coming on tops of the arms. But you just think you're bringing the feet a little bit further. So you can start simple, jump halfway, jump behind the hands and end like in a squatish position. Squat-ish position, kind of like a squat. Jump to the outsides. Yeah, and see, each time the shoulders need to come a little bit more forward to kind of balance the weight. So you need the shoulders that can progressively come more and more forward. Yeah? But the shoulders are working. They're on. They're protracting and elevating. And then hands in front. You start with arms straight, but then at a certain moment, the elbows need to soften as you land. Yeah? Good. If that feels good, jumping the feet in front of the hands, and you're getting the thighs somewhere on top of the arms, then you can try jumping without placing the feet down. Remember, you need to gaze forward and bring the shoulders forward. And sometimes it helps, just for mental and emotional support, to put a pillow at the front of your on the front of your mat. Nothing will happen if there's no pillow there, but sometimes our minds feel safer. Gaze forward. Prepare. Prepare is really important. Press through the shoulders. Drop the tailbone. Look at your pillow or look at the top of the mat, and then bring the hands in front, but don't place the feet down. Good. So good. If you're there and you want to work on Bhujapidasana, you can start to bring the ankles to cross. Keep working on the jump if you want to. It's a good opportunity. So the elbows are soft. You're bending the elbows and you're keeping the chest forward. Sometimes it's nice just to stay here and feel that balance. Maybe the feet come together. Maybe the feet cross. I like to cross the tops of the feet, like the toes, and then you flex the feet to cross the ankles. And let's just hold it here. This is such a good place to hold. And we often skip through it really quickly in Ashtanga. And you can work on stabilizing the shoulders here by pressing the shoulders down and feeling that widening of the upper back, that spreading of the upper back. Good, and you're pressing through the inside edges of the hands so that the base of the pointer finger isn't lifting. Good, one more breath here. And then if you want, you can undo the cross, come back into Bakasana, one leg at a time, even if you just go back into Bakasana where the feet come to the floor. That's great. Show you that one more time for the other angle. You're here. When you're ready, bring one leg around, the other leg around. Maybe the feet are up, maybe the feet are down. And then you jump back or step back into bottom of the plank. Maybe you collapse like me, or you land lifted. I'll give you a little bit more time, just a couple more minutes to keep working on that if you want. You can also finish the vinyasa if you'd like. Maybe you want to roll out the wrist a little bit. This is kind of like a really intense moment for the wrist. And sometimes people don't feel so prepared for that. Keep working if you're still working. Good. And eventually with Bhujapidasana, we lower down, we come up. But today we focused on the jumping part. Good. Great. So good. I see some really nice attempts. It becomes a really delicate play of balance. So that's why I kind of, I think it's really nice to just kind of take a moment here and feel the center point when you're here. And then what happens when you lift the feet? Making sure you stay in that center point. There's weight in front of the hand and there's weight behind the hands. So you need that counterbalance. Okay. So we'll wrap it up, this posture. So if you need to take a vinyasa, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, let's jump through to seated. And we'll do one more shoulder release. We just worked with the shoulders a bit. So come into Gomukhasana, crossing the knees over each other and bringing the feet towards the hips. You can do Gomukhasana like this, or more conventionally in Ashtanga, we do like a lifted Gomukhasana where the hips are on top of the feet. Good, and first we'll just interlace the fingers around the right knee, lengthen the spine and drop the chin as you drop the tailbone. Deep breaths. Keep lifting the heart as you pull the hands against the knee and you reach the right knee down. Good. One more breath. Releasing that. And now for B, you're going to reach the arms to the side. And then the left thumb is going to point down and bend the elbow. So the back of the palm is going towards the center of the upper back. And then the right thumb points up, bend the elbow as you reach the arm up. Maybe the hands meet behind, or maybe you just keep the back of the left hand pressing into the back, and then the right hand can like catch the base of the skull. And whether you're binding or not, you're going to wrap the elbow in towards the ear and up towards the ceiling. You could also use a strap here to connect the hands. And make sure you keep those same mechanics in the shoulder as we've been working on in the right shoulder, where you wrap the shoulder blade and elevate the shoulder. But now this time we can kind of focus on the elbow as our reference point. Elbow moves in and reaches up. Good. And then if you gaze up, sometimes that deepens the stretch in the hand. Good. One more breath. Exhale. Release that. Can be quite intense for the shoulders. And then switch sides. Left leg over the right leg. You can do the inversion or the Ashtanga version. I forgot what it's called in yin. It's probably named after some animal. I forgot what it was called, but it's Gomukhasana, the cow-facing pose in Ashtanga's intermediate series. So grabbing on, interlacing the fingers around the left knee, lengthen the spine, drop the chin. As you lift the heart, you're also dropping the knee and dropping the tailbone. Four, 5, release that. And now the leg that's on top is the arm that's on top. So right arm comes from underneath, left arm comes from above. Find your variation. Keep dropping the tailbone, keep reaching the left knee down as you reach the left elbow up. Steady breathing. One more. And exhale, release. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, step back. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's come through to seated. Exhale, lie down on your back. Bending the knees and planting the feet alongside the outside edges of the hips. Inhale, let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen the lower back as you reach the tailbone forward and the knees forward. And you can start to shrug the shoulders down to either interlace the fingers or catch onto the ankles. On your next inhale, you're going to press through the feet and lift the pelvis. Press the top press the back of the head into the mat so the chin moves away from the heart and the heart moves towards the chin. Keep lengthening the front of the body. Feel like the knees are reaching forward. Steady breathing. One more. And on your next exhale, spread the shoulder blades to roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time from the top, slowly, so the sacrum is the last to touch. Inhale, deep breath in. And again, exhale, lengthen the lower back, reach the tailbone forward. Inhale, either interlacing the fingers for bridge pose or bringing the hands next to the ears for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Make sure there's space between the ears and the hands, and the fingertips are either pointing towards the shoulders or angled out a little bit. Lifting up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, and make this first one not so deep. So not your deepest back bend. And I want you to feel the same actions in the shoulders that we've been talking about. It's a little bit harder to feel them here. But you want to feel that wrapping of the shoulder blades, engaging through the side of the rib cage to spread the upper back, and then pressing through the hands to feel that elevation. Good. One more breath here. And then to come out of it, tuck the chin and bring the back of the head down to roll down the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, deep breath in. And let's do one more back bend. Exhale, prepare, lengthen the lower back. Inhale into your last variation of back bend. Now, if you felt the shoulders had some space and the spine felt spacious, maybe you walk the hands in just a little bit. And focus on that position of the shoulders, spreading the backside. You need to bend the elbows a little bit. That can be helpful. And then you can think about bringing the elbows towards each other. Pressing through the base of the pointer finger. One more breath. Tuck the chin and roll down the spine on the exhale. Good. Inhale. And then we're going to bring the knees to the chest. And first we'll separate the knees by catching the shins and pulling the thighs towards you. By keeping the lower back lengthening. So reaching the tailbone down towards the mat. As you pull the shins towards you. And open the knees. So keep the lower back touching the mat. Deep breaths. Four. Five. Good. Bringing the knees together this time and pulling the thighs towards you. And this time allowing the lower back to lift. Allowing the tailbone to lift off the ground. Compressing. Deep breaths. Four. 5. Release that, bringing the feet over the hips. So we'll do a couple inversions to close. You can stay here, or you can lift the hips and bring the hands to the lower back for Parsvakonasana. Really bringing the shoulders down the back, shrugging them so that the neck has a lot of space. You can press the back of the head into the mat. Keep reaching the toes up. Slowing down the breath. One more. Exhale into Halasana, bringing the feet towards the floor, maybe interlacing the fingers and straightening the arms, or keeping the hands on the lower back. Lifting the sit bones to lengthen the spine. With the option to move into Karnapidasana, rounding the spine, bending the knees, and bringing the knees towards the outsides of the ears, pointing the feet. Coming into the breath. Releasing that, rolling out of it slowly, bringing the pelvis to the floor, and then slowly lowering the legs, trying to keep the lower back touching. Good. And once the legs land, we're counterposed with Matsyasana, catching the back of the thighs, looking up towards the feet, and then pressing through the elbows to lift the heart. And as you do that, the sit bones move away from the heels. And then looking back, maybe bringing the top of the head to the mat. Keep pressing through the elbows. Keep lifting the heart, pressing the elbows to lift the heart. Opening the throat. Breathing deeply into the front of the body. Deep breaths. One more breath. And catching the back of the thighs, pressing into the elbows, and then looking towards the toes as the lower back touches the floor, and you slowly roll down. Keeping the legs engaged, the feet flexed, the palms facing down. Finding a few breaths here. Moving the lower back towards the floor, and we're engaged but relaxed. The back of the head on the floor. Deep breathing, like you're in samastitihi, but lying on the ground. Four. One more deep breath. As you exhale, letting it all go. Letting the legs roll out to the side, opening the legs. Letting the palms roll out, palms facing up. Moving the arms away from the body. If you'd like, closing the eyes. Just completely releasing all engagement. Releasing all effort. Releasing technique. For our final resting pose. Releasing the tension behind the eyes and the tension in the throat. Allowing the breath to spontaneously move in and out through the nostrils. You can stay here longer if you'd like, but if you're ready, you can start to make small movements with the body, deepening the breath. Bringing the arms over your head, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, bending the knees, planting the feet. And then falling over to either side. When you're ready, slowly, gently make your way back to a seated position. Taking a few moments here, resting the hands on the thighs, closing the eyes or just leaving the eyes half open, gazing somewhere on the floor. Feeling the breath. Bringing the palms to heart center for the closing mantra. Inhale. Om. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantan nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam lokha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone.